hello, my fluffy fluffer fluffs. How are we doing today? I hope we're doing well. I'd like to welcome all you disgraceful, disgusting, despicable, deplorable human beings to another disgraceful, disgusting, despicable, deplorable, Fur SMR video. Fur SMR. It's Fur SMR now. So, I have a lollipop. I stole it from my mom because she got Valentine's Day stuff and I stole it from her. But I can do that because I'm single. So, I get these bitty gifts like this. I was gonna just put it away or wait to do it, finish it until after this. But I was like, hey, maybe this will make a good trigger and stuff, and just spice it up a little. Gotta get a little spice in your life, a little spice in your ASMR from time to time and stuff. So, yeah, that's, what I've got. So few. That makes very interesting sounds. Wow, I bet you guys can just isolate those sounds and close your eyes and have a fucking field day. It's okay though, it's just a lollipop. I'm not sucking dick in the closet, unfortunately. Today, I just kind of wanted to do a ramble video because I feel like it's been a few weeks since I last did one, and honestly, I just wanted to take a break from roleplays because I've been doing a lot of roleplays and shit lately. So, yeah, I'm recording this on Friday. It'll most likely go up on Friday. I'm gonna see if I can do this in one take. One take-a-rooney. No cuts and necessary at all. And now that I said that, I'm probably gonna need to make 50 cuts. But, yeah, because, Jack doesn't feel like editing today. Jack feels like laying in bed. Probably because it's Valentine's Day. Or tomorrow. Not today. Today's Friday. At the worst case scenario, you'll get this video tomorrow, but you're most likely going to get it up today and stuff. It's 6:30 p.m. right now, so see what time it goes up for you. A little later than I usually like to record them, but I had the opportunity to earlier, and I chose Mario Odyssey. So, oh shit, I bumped the mic just now. Whoopsies. But, yeah, you guys aren't getting a Valentine's Day themed video. I'm sorry, but yeah, you're getting this Ramble video, and then you'll get a new vid on Monday. That won't be Valentine's Day related. Because, I don't like Valentine's Day. I'm always a little bitchy on Valentine's Day, but one of my New Year's resolutions was to not be a bitch, so I'm being a little better this year, I guess, by being the same, but just not calling myself a bitch, I guess. I don't know. But Valentine's Day is usually the day of the year where I'm in the worst mood. And yeah, it's usually where I just want to lay in bed and Yeah, just play video games and watch movies all day. So, and I'm tasting some blood. I either cut either nicked my jaw or my lips, maybe on a sharp part of the lollipop, I don't know. Yeah, but there's definitely some blood. Anyways. Guess if I was a vampire, I'd love this right now, but... yeah, so, there's those people who are always being like, oh, if you're single, just focus on yourself and stuff, and and I'm like, yeah, well, focusing on myself is laying in bed all day. I don't know what ow. Okay, Lollipop's taking a little break because I think I cut my tongue and stuff, so it hurts when I lick it. Oh shit, I hit the mic again. One of these days I'm gonna accidentally bump that mute button and then I'm gonna not notice and then ruin the whole recording. But I don't know, I try to get in that mindset sometimes of oh, I prefer being single, and oh, I just don't want to have to deal with someone. Anyways, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. No, the truth is, no, I hate being single. I just want a guy so bad. But, I guess just gotta wait until the time comes, So, yeah, but thank you guys for the support on that sleeping between two boys video, I guess. That's up to 2,500 views right now, so I knew that video would do well, but yeah, it was a nice 1 out of 10, so that, so yeah, but yeah, I'm gonna have to record another video like that next week, because I know I'm gonna go through a tiny stretch of 10 out of 10s and stuff, because I don't think Ramble videos really do that well. So, I'm not expecting this to do super well. And then I'm gonna do a male for female video next week, because, you just gotta take care of the gals, And I know I said in the previous video, I know you're thinking Zach, you said in a previous video that you didn't want to do one because you thought it was creepy and weird and you just felt weird doing it, so why are you changing your mind now? Well, the answer to that is, like I said, one of my New Year's resolutions is to not be a bitch, so we're gonna suck it up and do it anyways, so. And that video is gonna be a 10 out of 10 because of, yeah, that. So, I'm gonna have 2, probably back-to-back, poor performing videos, so I have to throw in a sexy boyfriend roleplay next week, maybe. Yeah, we're almost at 800 subs, so yay. That 1K sub race that I started with Jacko, yeah, it hasn't been going well. He's kind of fading by a lot, and he's probably gonna win soon. So, yeah, I've went ahead and basically conceded to him on Discord and stuff, so, and, yeah, so, that's over now, I'd say, but I definitely learned that Jacko's not the right person to do something like that with, because he's just too nice. So, in the future, I gotta fact check and make sure the person I do it with is ruthless. Gotta make sure they're ruthless before I do something like that again, so I don't get another big old nice boy like him. But yeah, I'm happy for him, and we'll probably do a collab. I don't know. I guess whenever he's ready. Yeah, I already have some ideas for going for 1K, but we'll save those for later. Yeah. I'm trying to think of what's been going on lately. I can't really think of much. I don't know, I'm not really in, like, the best... See, this is why I don't really, like, record videos when I'm not in a super chipper mood. Because, like, I feel like I just get, like, quieter and just don't want to talk a lot. Like, I can't think of things to say. And I hope my, tone doesn't come off as kind of irritated and aggressive, but it probably does. I guess I'm just upset because, Valentine's Day's tomorrow, like I said, and I don't know, I was talking with someone on Discord earlier who kind of irritated me. I won't go into detail, but yeah, they kind of irritated me, so. But yeah. And I can't even enjoy my lollipop very much anymore because I cut my tongue. So it hurts. I'm still desperately trying, though. I ran yesterday. I went 4 miles. Which, I've gone 4 miles lots of times, but that's not even the longest distance I've gone, but I went 4 miles without stopping. Usually I'll take like a break at the halfway point. So in this case it would have been 2 miles, but nope, I did the whole 4 miles non-stop without any breaks. So I felt pretty good about that. Yeah, so I tried to fix my bike. I have a bike, and like, it's just a cheap Walmart bike, and it sucks ass. It worked fine for like a week, and then the pedals started falling off. And so, you know, my dad tightens it up, and then it gets loose again. And then I tighten it up again, and it gets loose again. And I tighten it up again, and it gets loose again. So it's like, okay, I can't even like just tighten this because it just keeps getting itself loose. I don't even know how it's doing that. I'm literally getting it like as tight as I physically can. Like, I am putting a lot of pressure on that bolt, and still it finds a way to loosen itself up. And so finally I said fuck it, so I ripped the pedal off, and now it's on my wall. Now you're probably wondering, why is it on your wall? Because it motivates me. That motherfucker motivates me. It motivates me, and it should motivate you. Because no matter how poorly you're doing in life, no matter how many things are going your way, you will never, I will never, be as big of a failure as that pedal. That pedal is the biggest failure. It had one job. It literally had one job to just spin. That's it, to literally just spin. And it failed. It fucking failed at that. And so now, it's basically the equivalent of a motivational poster on my wall. So, yeah, and so now I have a one-pedaled bike, and the sad thing is that's an improvement. Like, that bike's in the best shape of its life right now. One pedal, because at least it's not loose anymore. So yeah, now I don't have a bike. Which sucks because I like biking. I mean, I could take my mom's bike or my dad's bike, but I don't like their bikes. I like my bike. happened yesterday, and she threw such a big tantrum. Oh my god. Because, like, I got her bike off the wall for her, and, like, she was about to leave. And I tell her, take your helmet. You're taking your helmet. And she's like, no, I don't want my helmet. And I'm like, I don't care. It's safety. You're taking your helmet. And she's like, why are you babying me? And stuff. And it's like, bro, it's basic safety. It's basic safety. You take your helmet. And then she got mad. And then she went to my parents and stuff. And they were like, yeah, he's right. You need to wear your helmet. And then she got mad and threw the helmet down on the ground in front of them. And left with her friend without it. And they kind of just let her. So, yeah, does anyone else ever feel like the second child always gets off easier than you? Like, I swear if I had done that when I was a kid, I would have been in big trouble. In fact, I did stuff like that as a kid and I was in big trouble. But, like, she does it and they just, like, let her walk off. Even though they told her to wear the helmet. Like, they just let her disobey them like that and stuff. And yeah, she went. And of course she didn't crash, so she didn't learn her lesson, so... yeah. The joys of having a sister, you know. And then, oh my gosh, she got mad at me because I ate her chocolates that were for her best friend. In my defense, she left them on the table, unlabeled, unmarked, and stuff, and she just left them right on the kitchen table, right in where everyone could see them. And I was like, oh, well, if these are important, then they wouldn't have been left laying around. You know, she would have taken them up to her room. And I thought they were my mom's. I thought she just brought them home from, like, her job. And so I was like, oh boy, some chocolates. And then I ate all of them. And then she comes up and she's like, you ate all my chocolates, these were for my best friend. And I was like, oh. Well, maybe this will teach you to not leave important things like that laying around. Because, oh my god, I swear I'm the only one in this house who, like, knows not to leave things laying around. Like, I remember when I was, like, a little kid and stuff, and my parents would leave, like, all their, like, tax documents and stuff, and, like, important stuff just laying around. And, you know, since I was a kid and, like, I didn't know any better, I would just, like, throw them away, or, like, you know, stuff them or somewhere and stuff while I was cleaning and stuff. And so then they had to, like, get new stuff, or, like, find, duplicates and all this crap, and it's like, bro, why am I the only one who, like, realizes that you just gotta put stuff away, and then it won't get harmed? And I've been blamed for it so fucking much throughout my life. And stuff. And, like, God, I'm kind of tired of it. Like, bro, I like having a clean space, okay? I have OCD. I need a clean, tidy space. But boo-hoo, it's my job to just suck it up, I guess. Like, no one else. It's not up to anyone else to, you know, chip in and help me out and stuff. Like, and like, I'm not saying that, like, I don't need to do anything at all and stuff, and, like, I go to therapy and stuff, and I have medication and stuff, but, like, I guess it just can't be a team effort, you know? Like, I can't do stuff and they can't, you know, at least keep a cleaner space to help me out. No, I'm just expected to suck it up and be miserable, I guess. So, at least I have my room, I guess. That's my safe space, I guess. This is my bedroom. I keep that nice and tidy and stuff. But, yeah, and guess what? I keep literally everything in my room. Like, the only thing I don't keep in my room is my coat, which is in the coat closet. Other than that, like, fucking everything else that I own, all my shoes, my, like, 2 pairs of shoes, all my clothes, my video games, my everything, it's all in my room. because I don't want anything to happen to it. You know, you put stuff away, you keep it in a safe place, you don't leave it out in the open, and nothing happens to it. And like they'll leave stuff laying around, and then it'll get like knocked into the trash can and stuff, and it's like, bro. So, yeah, and stuff. And like, they lost track of my birth certificate for a long time. And finally I found it under a stack of papers, and I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna keep this in my room. You know, like, I'm not even gonna put this back in their safe, because, like, I just don't trust them with stuff. So, yeah, it lives in my closet now. And it's actually safer there, and I have access to it now. And stuff. So, you know, it's really hard to live with others when you're like me, and, you know, you got those mental illnesses like that. You know, I got autism, OCD, anxiety, and all that. Like, yeah, it's really hard. And, yeah, you know, really ready to just live with some others who are more understanding and helpful and stuff. So, yeah, but whatever, I guess I survive. And like, sometimes I'll clean the house and stuff, or clean the kitchen and stuff. And like, it just gets messy again and stuff, and like, it kind of hurts my feelings, because it's like, man, I worked so hard to clean all this stuff, and like, you guys don't even appreciate it. Like, you just immediately get it dirty again and shit. Like, God. But whatever, whenever I clean stuff anyways, usually people just, especially my dad, just likes to bitch about they can't find anything anymore. Like, you know, they don't know where stuff is. And he always pulled that card that's like, I had that there for a reason. And it's like, motherfucker, you had that in the smack in the middle of the kitchen table. There was no reason behind that. There was no motherfucking reason why you kept that fucking thing in the middle of the fucking table. Okay, like, you were just negligent, and you don't want to ever admit it. I'm sorry, I'm going off on a tangent. This isn't very relaxing, probably. Yeah. But you know, I'm human too, just like you guys. I feel like when you deal with like creators and content creators, you know, like, it's easy to think that they're just like a person behind a screen and stuff, but no, I have issues of my own, and I have feelings and stuff. And yeah, I've been through a lot. I don't want to talk about it, but maybe someday I will, but it makes me upset when I talk about it, so I'm not going to, but... And normally I hate being cryptic like that, but... Yeah, it's just... And I wonder where some of my anxiety came from. I mean, like... Yeah, it's just like a thing I've had since birth and stuff. But... Yeah, being punched in the gut and, you know, pinned against the walls and thrown onto the ground and dragged and stuff, when I was little definitely didn't help. Yeah. because, like, there's just no need for it. There's just better ways of handling it. Like, if you need to discipline them, then, you know, you can take away privileges they have, or, you know, ground them and stuff like that, but there's no need to ever lay a finger on your child. Even if it's just a simple spanking, like, it doesn't work. And the people who say it works or that they need to do it, they're just trying to justify themselves because they do it to their kids. But there's no, and like, I'm not super old, like, I'm not even in my 20s, so like, I was a kid not that long ago, and so I still got those memories. They're still pretty vivid, but yeah, it never did anything for me but made me feel worse. And you know, the sad thing is that, like, sometimes the damage is just kind of done. Like, even though, like, even though I'm an adult now, I still don't like being left alone in the house with my dad and stuff. And I still don't like when he's mad, even if it's at someone else, if it's at my sister or something and stuff. And whenever he has to, like, you know, drive me somewhere or we ride together, like, I just hate it. So I wish parents would respect their relationships with their kids more. Like, they treat it as something that you'll never lose. That it's just something like, oh, they're my kid, of course they're always gonna love me and be there and stuff. But, like, very few realize just, like, what you can actually do and stuff. Yeah, I'm sorry. I said I wasn't gonna get into that, and I got into it. And stuff. Yeah. This has been a little more. Usually the more breaks I take between sentences, the more either upset I am or tired I am, or, you know, like, yeah. I don't know. I don't even know if I should upload this video. On one hand, I feel like it's not super relaxing and I need to start over. I don't know, but on the other hand, I feel like, you know, like, it's my channel, and, you know, I'm a human being, like the rest of you, like everyone else, and stuff, and I feel like I'm allowed to, and, like, maybe I even should, you know, express some of those feelings I have and stuff. You know, like, maybe it's something that you guys do want to hear about, or maybe you can relate to it or something, I don't know. But I think I will probably go ahead and upload this. I don't know. Yeah. I know it hasn't been super relaxing relaxing, but probably, maybe, I mean, I'm still whispering, but I don't know, I haven't been very chippy as usual, but you know, maybe every once in a while it's okay to kind of be a little more muted and just let your feelings show more. Like, too many creators make the mistake of putting on an act or, you know, putting on a facade when they make content, and so many of them, it causes burnout and it causes them to quit and stuff, and I don't want it to be like that. Like, I'm never gonna lie to you guys and tell you that everything's just fine and stuff, because, you know, that's wrong, and you guys can usually always tell and stuff. Like, yeah, to tell you the truth, I'm feeling a little bitchy, and I'm, you know, a little grumpy right now, I guess you could say. And it probably wasn't a good idea to even record. But honestly, the feeling only kind of got worse when I started recording, because, you know, when you're in the dark and the silence like this, then it's kind of like when you go to sleep at night, you're just kind of left alone with your thoughts. And so, like, you know, if you're, like, upset or anxious about something, it's easier during the day. But then at night, like, it's really hard to sleep, because then you don't have any distractions anymore, you know, like, you know, I didn't realize how kind of upset I was, honestly, until I was in here. But on the other hand, it is a good thing that I kind of opened up a little bit and was a little vulnerable to you guys and telling you some stuff. But yeah. But I don't think there's anything else I want to say. I tried to, like, get VR to work on my computer and stuff, because I don't have a headset, and some people were like, hey, you don't need a headset, you can just use your computer and stuff, it won't be as good, but you can do it. And I was like, oh. But then I found out VR chat isn't available on Mac, and I was like, oh, fuck. That's what I get for being a dirty Mac user. But I'm not switching over something just like that, just like VR chat. That'd be dumb. So, yeah, so I have to wait till I get a headset, if I ever get a headset, which I guess I probably will at some point, but I don't know, because I don't know, maybe I won't. I don't know. Personally, it seems like more trouble than it's worth, but, and plus I don't really see myself as much of a VR chat kind of furry, kind of VR chat kind of guy. I don't know. I kind of prefer just real life and seeing real people as opposed to just being betrayed by an avatar. But I don't know. I'm weird. I'm weird. I'm just lame. Like, I don't like any sort of drugs or smoking and stuff either, and, like, I hate alcohol. I despise alcohol. And I don't know if it's just because of experiences I've had with it in the past pertaining to others or what, but I don't know, I just always hated it. I think it's dumb. I think there's no point in it and stuff. I don't like how normalized it kind of is, personally. But whatever, there's nothing I can do about it. And, you know, I don't hate people who of them doing it and stuff, but hey, friends can have disagreements, you know, and stuff, and yeah, I don't like any sort of drugs or smoking either. I don't even like weed or marijuana, honestly. I know it's got like some medical uses and stuff, and I'm happy that people who need it in that regard can use it and get some relief, but I don't know. I really don't like the people who use it just because. Just 'cause it makes them feel good, I guess. I don't know. If you ask me, I think there's better ways and safer ways to make yourself feel better and stuff. I don't use any of that stuff, and I still have plenty of ways that I can make myself feel better. But I don't know, that's just an old person, conservative opinion, I guess, and stuff, and I guess I'm just out of tune and out of, even with like, cause so many people around my age and like my generation, I feel like just like drinking and smoking and stuff and like vaping and stuff, and I just hate all of it. Whenever I'm running, and sometimes I'll catch a whiff of like weed and stuff, I don't like it. I think it stinks and stuff. But like I said, that's just an unpopular opinion, I guess, and that's just a cranky old person opinion, as my grandparents would say. I don't know. But I don't know. I usually just prefer getting some exercise or just talking with friends if I need to feel better and stuff. I don't know. I don't trust any of that. I don't trust any of that stuff. I just don't. I swear, someday there's gonna be like some study that finds that like alcohol is like super bad for you. I mean, people already agree it's not like great for you. But I swear there's gonna be like some bombshell study someday where it's like drinking alcohol like increases your risk of like this cancer or this disease or some shit. And stuff, I don't know, I just always have that feeling. But I don't know, I guess this is stuff I shouldn't even be talking about. I probably just need to keep my opinions to myself, because no one's ever wanted to hear my opinions in the past, and I doubt that's changed. This whole recording session has just been a woe is me thing. I don't know, maybe it's not too late to scrap it, maybe I should, I don't know. I've probably been making it worse by talking. Maybe I should have, instead of letting my feelings out, I should have changed the subject, I don't know, but I guess I'll go ahead and end it. It's about 40 minutes right now, so that's already a long video. So, I don't know if you're still here. Thanks for putting up with my bitching. I know it's probably not what you wanted to hear, but I hope you enjoyed the whispers at least and stuff. And I don't know, maybe you should let me know if I need to do more or less videos like this, where I'm kind of just more serious and frank. I mean, luckily I don't get in like moods like this too often. I'm generally a pretty happy and chippy guy. As you guys have seen, most of my videos and stuff, I'm pretty energetic, and that's not a show, that's authentic and stuff. Like I said, I'll never put on a show for like a video. Like however I act in a video is how I'm feeling, so. But yeah, if I'm ever have stuff on my mind, let me know if I should express it and stuff, or if I just need to not guys with all this bitching and just focus on some triggers. I don't know, but yeah. Thank you for watching. Let me check my schedule. Okay, Monday's video will probably be the male for female ASMR. I haven't been super good with uploads this week, and I apologize about that. I wanted to get furry videos out this week. I think I've only gotten 2 out. I got one out on Tuesday, which was supposed to come out on Monday, but I delayed it by the day because I didn't want to stay up late, working on it and stuff. And then I was going to do one on Wednesday. And then, I think I had something to do that day. I don't know, I just wasn't feeling well. And then I was going to do it yesterday, but I had to run yesterday and didn't have as much time and stuff, and so I'm doing it today. So instead of Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I don't know, it's a whole thing, but I don't technically have an upload schedule, so I didn't really, miss deadlines technically, but I do try to have a little schedule I personally stick to. It's not an official one that I share with you guys and stuff, or, tell you guys and stuff, but I do try and stuff. But yeah, next week will be male for female ASMR. Probably another mouth sounds video. Maybe I'll eat some chocolates or candy that I got for Valentine's Day, if I get any. I don't know, I usually get some bitty chocolates and some money from my family members, usually my parents and my grandma, so yeah. And then either a bullying you ASMR or a sniffing video. I don't know for sure, but yeah, those will be what you get next week. And then whichever one I choose, bullying or sniffing, then the next one will be the week after that, so yeah, so I guess thank you for watching, and go on, get out of here, go. Scram.